Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or welcome to BWTM Sports. This is a video that I'm doing because I got an email sent through. It wasn't even an email, it was just a message that wrote, if Anthony Joshua got injured before the rematch with Andy Ruiz Jr., what would happen? It's an interesting question. What would happen if Andy Ruiz got injured? No, if Anthony Joshua got injured ahead of his rematch against Andy Ruiz Jr. Now we know that Anthony Joshua has arrived into Saudi Arabia. We saw him, pictures of him as he landed in, I think it was in the airport. So we've seen pictures of him in Saudi Arabia. Okay, so we also know that Dillian White was due to fight Charles Martin, or that was what was being planned. But now Charles Martin pulled out of that fight, and now he's going to be fighting on the Gamboa Tank Gervonta Davis bill instead. He's on the undercard of that. So let's think for 1 second. AJ were to get injured, twist an ankle, damage a hand. I don't know. Get cut during sparring, break a hand. I don't know. But he's injured, so he cannot fight. Let's just say that happens. Is it possible for Dillian White to step in and fight Andy Ruiz instead? Because Dillian White's in training at the moment, and we haven't heard any announcement of Dillian White fighting anybody yet. Not that I know of, unless news is just broken. So, what's the situation behind that? If Anthony Joshua were to get injured, oh, Dillian White is fighting Maris Vac. Okay. Hey, hold on. Didn't I say that Dillian White should fight Maris Vac? Didn't I say if Dillian White didn't get the Prince what's his name? Charles Martin. If he didn't get the Charles Martin fight, he should fight someone like Maris Vac or Ustinov. He's now fighting Maris Vac. Okay. Well, he's scheduled to fight Maris Vac, who is tall and big and similar dimensions to AJ in terms of big and height and taller than himself. So yeah, so he'd be preparing to fight Maris Vac. That's fine. But let's just say that because nobody really wants to see Dillian White versus Maris Vac. If it were the case that Dillian White were to have to replace AJ, how does Dillian White do against Andy Ruiz? Question. Well, let me flip the script a second. Let's say Andy Ruiz were to get injured. Similar situation. And we got Ruiz pull out and Matchroom needed a somebody to fill in. Let's imagine that. Let's imagine Matchroom needed somebody else to fill in. Imagine how it would work with Dillian White versus Anthony Joshua 2. Would people be satisfied to see Dillian White versus Anthony Joshua 2 in Dubai? Would you be happy to see that if the Ruiz fight got cancelled? Would you be able to see Dillian White versus Anthony Joshua? Would you be happy to see that? Would that please you? And if that fight were to happen on December the 7th, who would win? Would you back Anthony Joshua? Would you back Dillian White? Well, stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened. Remember when I said to you, when we were talking about the Chisora versus Price fight, I said, well, Price doesn't have a fight at the moment. and Chisora is looking for an opponent. So you could see prize features all happening. And I said if Dillian White couldn't get his hands on Charles Martin and that fight didn't fall through, then Marius Vac or Usmanov would be good opponents for Dillian White. So it'd be very interesting. Evening and flip side, what if Ruiz gets happens? That's exactly what I'm saying. So there you go. That's what I said. So Dillian White versus Ruiz or Dillian White versus Anthony Joshua. I'd much rather see Joshua versus Dillian White than Dillian White versus Ruiz, because I'm not sure how Dillian White will do against guys got fast hands, gets up close and can fight on the inside. I think it'd be a great fight. But I think that it'd be left hook versus left hook. I just think that Ruiz is a bit too much for Dillian White. Works a bit too much, I think. And it will be a great fight. I think it's a little too much for Dillian White, though. It's a little bit too much. Night's a nightmare. He shows up. He's very strong. Has a fine jab. Good body work. Yeah. So that's it. Hey, smash the like button while you're in the room. So I'm just thinking that those are just things I got. It was an email, strange email somebody sent me, and he didn't send it to the sports. They sent it to my own email. So I thought, you know what? I'll do a video on it. Obviously, they seem very perturbed by it. So I thought I'd do this. There's my answers there on that. So I've answered your question, sir. Wherever you are, I've answered your question. So the next thing is, anyone see that video on Anthony Joshua's training regime? The way he was throwing them hooks and them uppercuts. The way he's throwing them hooks and uppercuts. Those uppercuts that Anthony Joshua was showing in that documentary, or that behind the scenes, or whatever it was they were showing recently on social media of Anthony Joshua throwing them uppercuts. Man, oh man, oh man. Them uppercuts look like something out of Street Fighter. And them hooks like something goes. I was expecting Joshua to say, "Oh, you again." I don't know how much that is. I don't know how much that is true, or I don't know how much of that is real. I don't know how much of that is staged. There's a lot of stage stuff in boxing. But what I do know is real about Anthony Joshua is that he was doing the shadow boxing, and if you watch the shadow boxing, he was still dropping that left hand. Again, I would advise anybody who is onto the Weight Watchers belief that if Anthony Joshua, if you believe that because Anthony Joshua loses weight, it makes him a better fighter, just look at Anthony Joshua, a slimmed down version of Anthony Joshua when he fought Matt Legg. Matt Legg, short, squat, similar sort of trying to get inside like Angeries did, and you'll see Joshua getting clipped by the left hook. I just don't see how they're going to make him change his style now. There's too much to do in a short space of time. I like my guy Alan Stiggers with the leg sweep. Best Street Fighter. You guys are comedians, complete jokers. Right, so I can't stay too long on here tonight. I need to go and shave and get some sleep and clean up, because tomorrow your boy's going to YouTube. So yeah, I've got a meeting at YouTube headquarters tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to it. Your boy's going to YouTube tomorrow, so not many people can say they've been invited to YouTube. So I'm going to the headquarters tomorrow. I think Ruiz is Joshua's Marmite. I'm back in Jury's KL5. I genuinely believe Ruiz does the job quicker this time. The back of Joshua's skull has a big old red dot on it. Oh boy. Yeah, well, yeah, I think so too. Honest thoughts, I thought Joshua was copying Wilder with those shots. I was like, what's he doing? I don't know what the hell he was doing. I don't know what he was doing, but it is not real. And if that really is his training regime, God only opens if that's his training regime. Because with all them shots he was throwing, they're nice positions for Ruiz to slip under and throw hooks over the top. And by the way, I just want to add, for those people who say Wilder can't box, anybody who says Wilder can't box, I do again, I know. For those people who don't think Wilder can box, I think you need to listen to something Wilder said in his interview about when he got hurt by Ortiz. It showed me that he's got a lot better boxing IQ than people give him credit for. Things that get other fighters knocked out are things that keep him champion. He's made 10 defenses of the WBC title. 10 defenses. A lot of the guys that we talk about have not made 10 defenses of the WBC title. And in those 10 defenses have knocked out or stopped every single opponent in defenses of the WBC title. Stopped or knocked out every single opponent. That's incredible. Stopped, dropped, or knocked out every single opponent he has faced in defending that WBC title. Every single one. Not one man has stood up to that power and stood up to it, not got knocked down. So that's some incredible power. Now, the thing is, people say, all you have to do is avoid the right hand. No, donuts. If you try and avoid the right hand, you will get knocked out. What you have to understand is you have to avoid getting set up by Deontay Wilder. You have to avoid getting set up by Deontay Wilder. The man is so good now that he knows that he's going to hit you with that right hand. He's that good now. Distance and timing. How many people do you know in world boxing today can do what Deontay Wilder did? I know Golovkin can't. I know Canelo didn't. I think that Wilder's detractors are slowly becoming fans. I've seen a few converts this weekend. He's technical. For example. He extends his jab fully out, which he does, which hits. Let me read this properly, give you proper justice here. He's technical, for example. He extends his jab, hand out fully, which he hits. Everyone does. He shimmies his left hand like a mirage to distract you. Quite technically brilliant. And the idea thing is, there is a guy in his camp that could box and could box better than most of the fighters that fight today, which is Mark Breland. Mark Breland was a beast of a welterweight. He beat up. I remember watching Mark Breland beat up Lloyd Hannigan. So yeah, he's got Mark Breland in the corner there working with him. And, Mark Breland must be given credit. Because if you look at how Deontay Wilder started his career and where he is today, you can see significant changes. You can look at Dillian Whyte where he started his career and you can see significant changes. You can see Anthony Joshua when he started his career and you can see he hasn't progressed, just got bigger. So, still doing the same thing, still making the same mistakes, still getting caught with the same punches. And, I really cannot see him outboxing Ruiz. Just can't see it unless Ruiz doesn't want to box. So, yeah. I think that's it, really. I just wanted to add those notes there before I disappear, before I go. Hope you are enjoying these videos. I would love to have done Football Manager tonight. Unfortunately, like I said, I've got to get cleaned up and I've got to get myself ready for YouTube tomorrow. I need to be as alert as possible tomorrow as part of my meeting with YouTube. So I will maybe do some videos. Maybe I'll do a live from YouTube tomorrow. If not, I'll video it and get recorded on my phone and then I'll post it afterwards. So yeah, wish me all the best for YouTube tomorrow. I'll be looking to ask some interesting questions. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to going to YouTube tomorrow. Nice trip into London. Yeah. Big things are going, as they say. So, thank you very much to the supporters out there. Much appreciated. Sending big wishes for YouTube. Thank you so much. You said it them big wishes, or you sending me big wishes? Oh, I just wanted to note something before I go. I did notice today that one of my videos had like 200 views to it, and it went down to 100 views. So YouTube are doing some funny things today. I don't know what they're on about. I don't know what they're about, but there you go. So I look forward to seeing YouTube tomorrow and having some interesting conversation with them. Thank you all so much. And much love to you all. Keep the comments in the comment section. Keep the energy high. Have a great night. And I shall see you soon. Let's just hope that Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua don't get injured. Because then that would really be putting a cat amongst the pigeons. I mean, imagine if Andy Ruiz were to get injured and you were to see Joshua versus White. How would that pay per view work out? Would they refund it? Would they give you half the money? Or even White versus Ruiz? Considering that White now Dillian, yeah, how would that work out? How does that work out? You all tell me how that works out. Right, I gotta go. I need to get some sleep. Need to get some beauty sleep, as they say. Take care and see you soon. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave your comments, and hit the notification bell. Please hit that notification bell and make sure it says all on the notification bell. I'm out. Take care.